Once upon a time, in an era long forgotten, a nine-headed dragon ruled the land. From its wings came storms, from its steps came tremors. Even the bravest quaked in fear at the mention of its name. Julong. Julong was bound to nothing but its own whims and woes. Its blessings and calamities came and went like rain. It was a temperamental god, uncontrollable through any mortal means, or so it seemed. In spite of its notoriety, there were a few who believed it could be reasoned with. 9 fearless warriors. Together, they sought an audience with the great Julong. Their unwavering determination in the face of certain death was rewarded by a miracle. Julong, intrigued by these heroes, made them its kin. Thus began the 9 dragons. The 9 heroes mediated between mortals and Julong, bringing peace to all of Huatien. However, a man-made peace could never last. The seed of discord was sown by an innocent question. Who among the 9 dragons was truly the strongest? Who among them was closest to Julong? Claims were soon put to the test. As each hero fell at the hands of another, one man emerged victorious. Julong lauded his strength, showering him with praise. But the man cared not for accolades nor fame. The man desired only to hone his martial arts with stronger opponents. Having surpassed the realm of mortal strength, he turned his fists on the most powerful of foes, Julong itself. The battle between man and dragon lasted what seemed like an eternity. But finally, as the earth ran red with their blood, their fight drew to an end. The man, in granting Julong its death, was granted a gift in turn. The deific powers of Julong and, with it, everlasting life. News of his conquest spread across the land. Inheriting the name of Julong, he was met with respect and adoration, and for a time, he enjoyed it. But one can only indulge in something for so long before it becomes meaningless. The man, realizing that he had no equal, became desolate. What use was his martial prowess if he had no challengers? And though otherworldly visitors courted him with repeated invitations to their realm, he always refused, for his mind was closed. He was certain that he would find no worthy opponent, no matter where he went. Then, in his anguish, the man found a way to share his power, Julong's power, with others. But he feared that such overwhelming power would poison the minds of those entrusted with it. So he decided to seal it away. Several shackles were placed on his power, each unlocking only when faced with an opponent of sufficient strength. At last, he was no longer the strongest. Hearing of his newfound weakness, challengers came from far and wide. Styles emerged and mingled as martial artists gathered and dispersed. And yet, despite their efforts, the man still had no equal. To his dismay, the people's fear of him became respect, and that respect soon grew into worship. In time, the styles of those who dared challenge him too became objects of worship. In creating the Scroll of Styles for the sake of martial study, the man had unwittingly introduced ranks into martial arts. The scroll became sacred. Styles listed within were respected, and those unrecorded were ridiculed. Furthermore, those who did not practice martial arts were mistreated. Nothing but might mattered, and the man who once dreamed of being known throughout the land watched as his name spread. However, the man felt nothing but regret. The flaunting of his strength spawned not the pure pursuit of martial arts he had hoped for, but the tainted power struggles of the corrupt. But regret alone was worthless. He needed to right his wrongs and remove the blight he created. The Scroll of Styles was the only guide to determining ranks, so the man endeavored to eradicate it. He traveled across the land, burning every single copy he found. The journey was long, but time was of no importance to him. And then, once every copy was dealt with, he disappeared. His legacy became that of the Desecrator, an unranked failure whose vandalism of the scroll was motivated by jealousy. But time is ephemeral, and memory is fleeting. As history faded into mythology, the truth was lost. So too was the man forgotten. Forgotten by the people of Yintei, whom once he ruled. Forgotten by the new 9 dragons, who rose in his absence. However, the man persisted. The immortality he inherited from Julong was not a gift so easily forsaken. Instead, the man forsook his title, his homeland, his goals, and when he had nothing left to forsake, he forsook his name. In return, he took on another. A name as empty as himself. Galan.
What? How? How are you? How are you getting back up?
Long ago, I placed a seal on myself to limit my strength. To make fights fair, my strength is determined by my opponent. The stronger they are, the more strength I am allowed to use. You are strong, incredibly strong. So powerful, you might have even been able to end my otherwise immortal life. But that is how you woke the sleeping dragon. I disagree with your methods, but I commend your efforts. You obtained the right abilities and used them properly against me. You have not strayed from the path of martial arts. But if I may, there is just one mistake you've made. You were unwise to declare yourself a dragon before Julong himself.
Is this a cruel joke? Do you know how much I sacrificed? I cut down my master as he groveled before me. I drained the lives of all those people. I risked everything for these draconic aspects. For 1,000 years of experience! And yet, after all this time, when victory is finally in sight, it's snatched away! Am I doomed to never win?
My apologies, but I hope you think of this as an honor. It has been 2,000 years since I last fought with my full strength. The only witnesses to that were my former brethren and the divine Galan. So sear it into all 5 of your senses. My fist and my style. I'll burn every last one.
You are full of openings. Your life for my glory. I truly feel awful.
Let's play a game. Our destination, the underworld.
You woke the sleeping dragon.
Same time tomorrow? Time to cross over.
As I am now.
What a lively audience!
Like the rest of the world! You're just a beast! Submit!
That's a wrap, folks.
To greater heights.
The smiling Undertaker dons his mask. Be at peace.
Scream for me.
So the tribulations continue.
Take it. You can take it.
I truly feel awful.
Let's play a game.
Scream.
Desire.
Scream.
Desire.
Congratulations.
The smiling Undertaker dons his mask. Be at peace.
I'll save this fleeting world.
Same time tomorrow?
Mourn for me as I mourn for you.
Nice form. Let me ease your suffering.
Subjugate the world!
can take it.
Subjugate the
You
world!
can take it.
Subjugate the
You
world!
can take it.
As I am now.
I only reap on the clock. I only reap on the clock.
Congratulations.
Bane best!
If I was more prepared. In my next life. No. Perhaps the life after that. Perhaps I'll be able to reach you. That's delusional, isn't it?
If that opportunity ever comes, I'd be happy to give you another chance. But unfortunately, this is your end. You've taken from far too many people.
You know, the only guilt I feel is for squandering all those lives with this defeat. Hey, will you humor one last selfish request?
I will consider it, at the very least.
I have little more than 4 years of my life, my experience, left. I wish to put it all in one final strike. What do you say to one final bout?
That would be my pleasure. Farewell, Aili Wong. I will remember your name.
You're far too kind, Galan. And with this, the curtain falls. One last strike. The pinnacle is so much further than I thought. Ah, damn it. Guess I'll have to train more in hell.
Renown and power. His intentions were not pure, yet I shall remember his name as a small token of appreciation for such a delightful fight. Farewell, Aili Wong. And now, the 9 dragons and the Scroll of Styles. Relics of the past belong in the past. There is no place for the likes of you in the future. I will burn you all to ashes. Become empty. Become forgotten. Just like me. To the woman who showed me far too much kindness, my heartfelt apologies for bidding you farewell in this way. I hoped to convey this in person, but once again, my existence has shaken the foundations of Huatien, and I wish not to destroy your peace. I am not a good writer, so let me get to the point. First, there is no longer any need to worry about your land. The 9 dragons are no more, so you are free. Second, you should find a substantial amount of ancient coins in the medicine box in my room. I've spent most of it over the years, but I hope that you will use what remains to prosper, and perhaps regrow that wheat field the children loved to play in. Finally, if you find yourself able, would you please take in a young man called Xiao? He was the only one to survive Aili Wang's sorcery. There remained no traces of the others. He may be rude, but he has an honorable heart. If you may, please care for him as he recovers. I believe he'll make a good playmate for the children. If you do choose to take him in, please tell him this. I've lent you a portion of my draconic power. I will eagerly await its return. You are now the stalking ogre in our little chase. That is all. I have received yet another invitation from a faraway land. I had always turned them down, but this time I accepted it gladly. A fire has reignited in my heart, and with it, the hopes of perhaps finding someone stronger than me. I will never forget the days I spent with you. The laughter of the children, your smile, the warmth you've shown me. All of those memories will support me. Now, I shall continue my pursuit of martial arts, and you should carry on with your vibrant but peaceful lives. If our paths may cross again someday, I hope that we will be able to pick up where we left off, blessed under fairer skies and the warmth of the sun. Sincerely, the nameless man who has finally been satisfied. Galan.